There's a few people out there that just simply don't know how the law works. And seeing the fact that I already have this in 2 separate court cases, there was no argument against that. However, the judge did not want to make a constitutional decision and instead based it on statute, which I already anticipated. And having done so, and the prosecutor having taken the statutory direction, it's not valid. It was a way in order to get rid of it out of his courtroom, because this is a big one. And the problem is, the optics in this shows favoritism to 303. It brings the court into question now. I'm not sure if I want to do that. But I've got a green light to go to the state's attorney from the judge. I've got a green light in order to go to federal. The local remedies are exhausted. And clarified that before I left. So again, you know, it depends on your goal. Now, I didn't want to take it to federal. He could have made that decision there. He did have the authority to do so. And even in the previous one that some idiots attended, it was said that, yeah, you know, there's an angle to the abuse that I've gone through. And abuse since day one has not stopped. Okay? The systematic errors have stacked up so badly. So the problem is, he says that the Constitution is considered legal. No, it isn't. It's been found to be not legal in several cases. I didn't quote them. He wanted to depend on where the statute itself, I believe it was 12 years ago, was determined to be lawful, because there was no circumstances in which it was being violated, okay, specific to that case. And I made him clarify that on the record as well. That would be specific to that case. It's a dodge by the judge, basically, like I said, in order to get it off of his desk, because this isn't a good case. Okay, there's going to be a lot of retribution going on, and he doesn't want it in his court. He doesn't want appeals. He doesn't want lawsuits to be based on his decision. Unfortunately, the optics of this is obvious. Okay, apparently Robert and David are assets. They are narcs. Good luck, David, being in jail. I know what it is in order to try to go through with sex offense. You're going to find out what it's going to be in order to be a stool pigeon. So, you guys have generated your own problems. I'm not going to deal with that, and I don't care to. The fact is, they know better. They've been told not to, and I've exhausted any legal way to go. So I guess we're down to the 1%. So if there's any more problems socially, I'll have to deal with it in the 1%. Simple as that. I've got plenty of freaking cards in order to fucking turn in for that. It's odd that the judge wanted to take the psychological exam instead of taking it as a second party, which never actually interviewed me, rather than the first party, which it was describing. It was a tactic that someone came up with that I've been getting coached with. And rather than putting in the original psychological, it had both sides of the story in that, which allowed the judge in order to sit there and quote a couple of things that were completely not in the it's not factual record. It's in a psychological report, which is not considered factual. It's pseudoscience. But the win is the fact that I don't have to deal with the local courts. Now it goes to federal. Now the county's in serious trouble. They're looking at 12 million, not 6 million. They're looking at 12 million. And that was due to the hiring of Robert Thayer and David Archibald, which they have now shown extreme leniency to, especially when there was a sworn affidavit, okay, in front of the judge purporting a crime. That I clarified before I got out of there as well, that just letting them know that I was fully aware of the possibilities of today. And the fact that it was brought to his attention, he didn't do anything. Again, favoritism. Same judge as for David. Complete luck of the draw there, okay? But the optics of this now are on the county, not on me, okay? So what's happening now is the fact that I've got the green light in order to go to federal. I've already got most of the paperwork done. I've got the case already done. I've tested that case here. They found some technicality in order to keep it off of their desk. That's not a loss, people. You have to understand how the law works. You have to exhaust things. And I have more than exhausted that with a plausible case. So when the county sees this case again, I expect it to be, I should be off the registry in 2 months, and that'll be nationwide now, not just in Colorado. And the judge even gave me the 2 cases I need to quote, which was neat. The transcripts for the hearing will be brought up, but the last few seconds won't be mentioned on the transcripts. Only because he recessed. And I'm recessed. Yeah, right. Okay, that's fine. But you're also now aware that there was an affidavit, sworn testimony, in front of you purporting a crime, and you did not take the Colorado mandate in order to enforce that. So now I have the charges extended across the entire field. Is that a success? Yes, it is absolutely a success. You sue everybody that you can, and the people that have money. Not people that don't have money. Not people that are dead broke like fucking David, looking for work while being in jail. Doubt very seriously he's going to survive on that. You only can get so much consideration for family needs. Funny that I had to follow a sentencing for somebody who was actually convicted of a sex offense, and apparently went through tribulation doing it. Not exactly a good act to follow. But other than that, yeah, we've got the green light. It's going to go to federal another 60 days. Just a matter of due process now. And Larimer County's in serious shit. Okay, there's so many implications that could be made now, it's not even funny. And the judge did make three major errors. One, that yes, I could survive a 90% confidence for criminal. That's not what the petition was about. Him trying to dismiss, oh, as an inconvenience, that's not going to go over well. You see, you can't call prejudice illegal, or you can. One of the two. You can't sit there and say, ah, that's acceptable prejudice. You can't do that. So I go home, I print the final draft on the federal, and probably submit it Monday. I can accelerate that. I need to talk to CJ again, I guess, but I'm pretty sure I can accelerate that so that it's heard in 48 hours of filing. The prosecutor was overwhelmed. The judge was overwhelmed with evidence. 3 tiers of evidence supporting each one of the findings. But again, if I was a judge, I wouldn't want to have had to have been the one sitting there, believe me. You got to have your legal hat on, people. You got to have your lawful mind on how the law works. Failure is not a failure in court. It just means that you go up to the next step. And until today, I wasn't clear in order to go to federal. Now I am. So the green light's on. The charges against these guys are still pending. We still have the order of protection. So if they try to sit there and fuck with that, oh, Robert doesn't have an appeal. David does, but Robert doesn't. So he lied about his appeal. He doesn't have an appeal. Okay, and again, it's all. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, I'll get it over here.
What is it you need?
I want to pop. Even though I got some.
But you need something else, that's fine.
Yeah, Sprite will work.
Okay, I'll go ahead and work on that.
That's right here. What is that? Is that Tesla? No, that's a Cadillac. Oh my God, that's a Cadillac. Oh man, that sucks. They destroyed one of my favorite cars of all time. It's just not a Cadillac anymore. It's just junk. Might as well just sit there and push it out at the end of a 3D printer and say there's a labor involved already.
That's basically what they did already.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is just the beginning, folks. You got to sit there and learn that these things take time. These things do take time. And my position is not at all diminished. It actually is strengthened. Like I said, it's a green light. It's exhausted. The last hearing was definitely biased. Okay, especially after yesterday. Oh, well, it's okay that he does all these things. And then today, yeah. Yep. He confirmed basically that these guys are narcs, stool pigeons. That surprised me in court. That they sit there and actually recognize, oh yeah, never mind them. That's not going to go over well. Any judge would see that and realize what the answer to that was. So that's what's going on. The green light in order to go to federal is on, and now we're actually talking about some real criminal charges, not a system that's been bought out. It's been Mouse. Thank you for tuning in. May God be with you, folks.